Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Connie. I hope y'all are good. Guys, I'm officially back. I know that I've been posting shorts and I've just decided to, let me just flip and come back to YouTube. And I thought to myself, before I do anything or post the content that I've been taking, let me just do a little bit of a life update because you guys deserve it. I vanished without saying anything to you, and I just got overwhelmed by a lot of things. So we're just gonna go through what has been happening and what is currently going on. On this video, I was just prepping breakfast I was going for a hike. Actually, this was yesterday. I was going for a hike in Hinopsi hiking trail. It's just before Hartebees. So yeah, man, I made some lekker breakfast. Just some veggies with mashed potato, leftover mashed potato, and Russian with some eggs because I'm trying to gain some weight. You know the deal. So yeah, let's get straight into this video. My life update, guys. So I think it will be fair of me to just update you from when I was in Cape Town. Oh, guys, when I was in Cape Town, Bengi Goisha, I was going through a lot. Work-wise, it was so challenging, and of course, I was in a different province, working with different team. I had just joined the company that I was working for, and a lot was happening actually within the company as well. It was a black-owned company and kind of family business, not really a large or big company. It was moderately small to medium, if I can scale it in that manner. So when I went to Cape Town, we had a project in Cape Town, which I was one of the leads for the project. And I must say that I left the project in the middle because of internal issues that I had, and a lot of things that had happened. So where I was based in Cape Town, my project was in Khayelitsha. If you know Khayelitsha, you should know that Khayelitsha is one of the highest ranked townships with crime, okay? So that Nje on its own, it was, I don't know if I was too brave for it or what was I thinking. But we took the project and we went, and I thank God that I came back safe and alive because wow. The gunshots that we were hearing in the middle of the day, in the morning when we knock off. And at that time, I was driving myself to my place. So when I got to Cape Town, I struggled getting accommodation, which I shared with you guys. If you haven't watched those Cape Town vlogs that I did, I struggled getting accommodation. So usually from my experience and past companies that I work with, when a company takes you out of your province or where you live, they need to cover everything for you in terms of accommodation, food, and transport, right? So when we left for Cape Town, all that was arranged. A car was hired for me, and I got accommodation. But that accommodation, my landlord did not want the company to place the company directly as a tenant. So I had to use my bank statement and everything, documents, so that she can see if I'll be able to pay. And then she was fine with all my documents and she approved me, and then I stayed, and then I just made an arrangement with the company to pay directly to them on month end and all that, so which they did. But then, because of the kind of projects that we do. Okay, pardon me, guys. So I was saying, because of the kind of projects that we do, and also I was working for like a medium scale company. So it means financially cash flow most of the time, because it was happening most of the time. Cash flow, it becomes a problem when especially clients pay invoices late, or when they take too long to approve our claims and, and all that. So it got into a point whereby I was on 3 months probation. You guys, I don't know whatever that I'm going to be sharing here, if it won't be implicating me, but well, I'm just going to share it anyway. So I was given, of course, 3 months probation because I was just starting with the company. I had signed my contract and everything. Though some of the agreements that we had were not on my contract. And I let it slide because whatever that we was agreed verbally and also was happening, right? The only catch was that at a later stage, when I feel like the company was having financial strains and cash flow problems, that's when now things started going south, whereby salaries were paid late, not only me, but the other employees, and then it got me really, really worried. And this is one of the major reasons why I decided to come back home, because I felt like I would be put in a situation whereby I'll be stranded, and I'll be like 1,000 miles away from home. So I had to decide for myself to say, you know what, I don't feel safe, and I don't feel like anyone will be accountable to say, here is blah, 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 blah. And most of those things were not on my contract. So it also pissed me off because after my 3 months probation, I had requested the HR to make amendments on my contract. And what she basically did, she just did like a letter, which was useless for me because it did not have any clauses or any legal agreements that we were like we had agreed on. So I just felt like they just didn't want to tie themselves. And then so beside that, there were also issues on site. You know what, I can say working for a small company, it's a good opportunity because there's a huge room for you to learn and also to grow with the company. You get to focus in other aspects of the business. You don't only focus on your role. And so by the time maybe you are on a senior level, you had grasped a lot of experience. But then in this case, you just have to pick your battles, okay? So now we are here. We are having problems back and forth with my contract being fixed. I am having battles with salaries being paid late, with late communication as well. Because what happened is, if you're getting paid on a month end, if there's going to be salary delays, I would expect you to professionally write an email and inform the employees. Because remember, if you are a lead on a project, you also have to convey the message to other employees. It's not only you, So now it got to a point whereby everything was just so frustrating. And then, but I had to suck it up and keep the project going, even though I was not happy. there was a point where one of our guys or subcontractors was hijacked like 500 meters away from where we were working, and their car was taken, but it got recovered within like an hour, because immediately after that incident we had to report, and we were working closely with the counselors, which were very helpful. And then within an hour the car was recovered, although their tools and wheels were taken. And then they were also alive, thank God. They were found alive, and then they went to the police station to do the case, to open the case and, do the statements and all that. So yeah, man. So whilst in Cape Town, guys, umjolo wa nyesa goed genoeg. But anyway, we move umjolo ke umjolo retlaring. So yeah, what I had anticipated on doing in Cape Town was like to explore, which I did, but like with limited time, because I was working most of the weekends and I would take work home. Our project was very tight in terms of the deadlines and what the client was expecting for us to deliver. So yeah, so there was a lot of like planning that had to be done, adjustments on the Gantt charts and all those things. So those things, they needed attention and to keep track of what's happening, and also like do reports and all those shenanigans. So yeah, then I decided, out of all those things that were happening, they really affected me personally, because it was just too much stress. And I can attest to you that stress will literally disconnect you from yourself, because whenever you are free, all you think about is sleeping and resting and shutting down, which is what I was doing most of the time. Guys, when I'm stressed, I don't do anything. I don't even have appetite. I would literally sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. So yeah, that's what happened. So when I came back from Cape Town, I came back and they placed me at a different... What I didn't explain is, the people that I was working with, guys, I wanna working for family companies. Yeah, it's a nightmare, because these people hire their cousins that are incompetent. They hire their brothers that doesn't know how to do things, but yeah. So yeah, then I came back to Joburg. They placed me. So when I went to Cape Town, I went with a company that had partnered with another company, so it was a joint venture. So when I came back, I was solely focusing on the initial company that hired me, and then they placed me at a different few projects, which were also stressful, I must say, but I managed to find my way in. It was a little bit better because I was home, but then the issue of my contract was never fixed. And then at a later stage, I had found out that the company was not paying for my SARS, which was very weird because that information was never communicated to me. And while I was in Cape Town, I requested for my payslip and all those documents, and everything was just getting delayed. I never got those documents on time. So it got very fishy to say, why are my things not being sent? Because, if you are working, from my previous experience, every month and the company is supposed to be sending you your payslip. You don't even have to request for it, So yeah, now I came back. I had a meeting with my boss. We sat and I told him everything that I'm not happy with. They told me, okay, we'll fix this, we'll do that. And then that was in May. So I gave them May. I came back in the middle of May, towards month end of May. And then I was like, okay, let me give them June to fix everything. So in the middle of June, I follow up with the HR. HR tells me stories that I keep quiet. And I'm like, okay, shop. I keep quiet. And then I took a leave. So when I was taking a leave, now I'm being told I don't have days. Then I'm like, can I please have my pay slip so that I can see where my days are and how many days I have? Also, I never got my pay slip. And then month end came and I just resigned. That was in June, month end of June. So that's what's been happening from June. And then when I came back, so when I was in Cape Town, I had already started saving money because there's a project that I was busy with at home, which I'm gonna share with you guys on here. I've documented it, and it's one of the projects that are really dear to me. And yeah, so I felt like I should also start with that project because I kept on using the money that I had saved. I actually had started using the money while I was in Cape Town because I went to pay for my hairline restoration, and that was 9,000 rand. Also, so guys, I was doing my masters. I didn't share that with you. That's the other thing. I was doing my masters, and when you're doing your masters, you're required to publish an article or a journal. So I published a journal. That journal also I had to pay, I think, about 7,500 rand for publication. And then the other thing that I'm not really proud of is that every time I would have any inconveniences, I would dip into that money and go maybe buy something for myself or go out for lunch or go out, just to make myself feel better. So I thought to myself, you know what, Connie, before you finish this money with things that you didn't even plan, rather start your project at home, because that's what this money is intended for. So that's what I've been doing. And then with my masters, I'm done. I've submitted my dissertation for examination. I'm hoping that I will get my results very soon so that I can attend to anything that the examiners would say I must correct. And then hopefully we can graduate maybe this year or next year. And then, yeah, man. So also with Take a Lot, I haven't been doing Take a Lot mainly because I wanted to do bold, ne? So Take a Lot, when I came back, I didn't have time to do Take a Lot, right? And then I started with my project at home, and then meaning most of my weekends I would go home to my mother, and then I won't even have time to rest. So I thought to myself, maybe because I do too many trips going home, let me just start bold. And also the current place where I'm working now is a bit of a distance. I drive about 61 Ks, that's 122 return trip daily. So I thought maybe I should do bold so that maybe in between I can take trips that are leading me to my destination. But I haven't like proceeded with my bold registration because of like recent incidents that has been happening around South Africa with like e-hailing and all that. So once things slow down, I think I would go back and finish off my registration. I've done all the requirements and the documentations that are needed. So yeah. So yeah, that's where I am right now. So at the moment, I just want to come back to my YouTube channel. Guys, please forgive me. Please forgive me. It was just overwhelming and I missed YouTube so much. I really did. And I really missed creating content. And you know, when you are stressed, you get so swamped. Your creativity is not there anymore. The excitement of picking up the camera is not there anymore. And I've been attempting to come back now. But whenever I need to come back, I would film. But I would have like one video and I would think about next week. Then what am I going to post next week? I don't have anything. So yeah, that's what's up. I hope that I will end the year with a bang, of course. And I will continue growing my channel. I'm mainly going to be focusing more on side hustles, business, and lifestyle content. My lifestyle content doesn't do so well. So I'm hoping that I can have ideas on side hustles and business that I can share so that the momentum of my channel can continue at the rate that Take A Lot was taking it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope to see you soon. Actually, not soon. You're seeing me today. So yeah, thank you. I love you all. Have a good night.